both teams can score. I mean, Sydney's been a good scoring team this year. So I think they're really well balanced when you talk about attack and defence.
Well, let's talk about the midfields, because I think the Swans midfield's still a little bit underrated. The addition of Ryan O'Keefe, the emergence of Hanbury, etc. They bat as deep, if not deeper, than the Hawks. But there's obvious questions. Do you go one-on-one with Mitchell? Does Kennedy go head-to-head with Mitchell, or do you tag him?
Well, you said 2 weeks ago Mitchell was the most important player in the Hawthorn team. I mean, his form against Adelaide would vindicate your judgment. Well, his package is... He's a super player, this bloke. Yeah, who can do that?
And I think this is probably why you can't go head-to-head. And we'll show a bit of Josh Kennedy vision in a moment, because there's probably some that suggest that maybe they do. But look at Mitchell. I mean, I love Mitchell. Just the follow-up, his ability to, the impact with his skills. He's one of the best decision-makers. Even there, just a little slight... Most people would have just kicked this. Have a look at this kick. Left foot, absolute dart.
But no one on him, Roosie, which is interesting. He will get the ball and he will hurt you with no one on him.
Can you tag an inside player like he is?
I think you can, and I don't think Joey Kennedy will play on him. I think it might be a Craig Bird or someone like that. I think you've got to take away the heartbeat. I don't think Hawthorn can afford to go head-to-head with someone on Kennedy, because if you looked at the way Collingwood tried to do it on the weekend, there was a early vision here. Now, this is only a slight thing, Michael. You've got Pendlebury playing on him. Now, obviously, Pendlebury's a super player. Ball goes out, and Pendlebury does a reasonable job here. You can see them together here once again. So he's pretty close. But watch, it's just a blink of the eye. Pendlebury goes left, Kennedy goes right, Kennedy kicks the goal.
So he just reads it better?
Because Pendlebury's mindset is get ball.
And Kennedy's mindset is do the job in the finals. He's got a great track record in September.
Oh, look at that. 30 disposals, 18 contested, 9 clearances, 5 tackles. So I think if you're looking at midfield matchups, I don't think you'll see Mitchell versus Kennedy.
Well, let me nail you, though, on Mitchell. You said Bird. Would he start in the centre, or would Ryan O'Keefe or Kieran Jack also have a crack?
I think it's a body type situation. You know, we were fortunate to have Brett Kirk, who was an in and under type midfielder and a very good midfielder. So it's just an automatic. We used to put Kirky to Mitchell. Now, there's not many Brett Kirks or Cameron Ling type players. I think Bird has the capacity, but Ryan O'Keefe's played on a couple of the big body players also. But I think Ryan's more of a go and get the ball, and the Swans need him to get to the ball. I think it'll be interesting. Do they just say to Bird, go get him, lock him down, don't let him touch the ball?
Explain this to me as a layman in this. Yep. If Mitchell reads it quicker than anyone else, how does the tagger stop him? Doesn't he react to what Mitchell does?
Yeah, well, it's all about how you're setting up around the stoppages and where the hit's going, where you're reading. That's why these guys do so much, looking at so much vision, because you've got to do your research before the game. That's what Kirky was very good at and Cameron Ling was very good at. It's not just about turning up on the weekend and pot luck. You have to understand your opponent and try and take away his strengths.
I'll be interested to see who Brad Sewell goes to, which may give us an indication of who Alistair Clarkson thinks is the most damaging player. He's the one who I think who could go into defence, because Kennedy pushing forward has been one of his great strengths, impacting on the scoreboard. Adam Goods is the obvious one, Roosie, that needs to be addressed by Hawthorn.
Well, I think the other two, the combo is Goodsy. And then again, this is Collingwood's preferred option, and you can see this is Dane Swan. Now, Dane Swan, as we know, and I think he admitted it last week, he's not a super defensive midfielder. He actually lets Adam go. He lets him completely go, and no one is actually going on to Adam Goods. And the follow-up to this is the stoppage here. This is just the next play. There's Adam Goods running to this stoppage completely unmanned with no one on him. As we see it evolve here, ball goes out, and we'll go to the behind the goals vision now. Look at Goodsy. Goodsy's just standing there waiting for the ball to come back in with absolutely no one playing on him. And Marks, I think he missed that goal.
So someone's got to be at fault there.